Hello and welcome to our first live Local and Loud of 2021. Have we got a show for you today? In today's show I shall be chatting to the master of rock himself, Steve Hill, from local rockers Skam. And as usual, we'll be playing lots of homegrown music by local bands. I hope you had a great Christmas and New Year and have all recovered from your hangovers. Or if you still got one, nice one. Okay, so to start today's show off, let's have a little bit of Resin and Open Heart Trauma from the album Cycle of Need.
Tell me what you see. Tell me what it is you want from
That was a nice bit of violin-infused grunge for you there. Of course, Resin are also quite famous for doing their Christmas bashes, usually about a week before Christmas. They have a big gig upstairs at Firebug in Leicester with free bubbly and free cake. They have that every year. It's really, really, really good fun, actually, and they have lots of bands playing. It's great. It's a great do. Unfortunately, though, of course, this year, it wasn't to be. Oh well, fingers crossed for next Christmas. Released at the beginning of December 2020, and there's a great little video to this on their Facebook page. Here's Stranger Mayhem's latest single, Get Out of My Head.
Here we go again, rambling away. Still fear is what we all want to see. Something's dragging us down, keeps dragging me. Trying to break away, we always seem to stay. Just can't help but take the bait. Something's dragging us down, keeps dragging me down. Keep on breathing, too hard to sleep. Keep on breathing, too hard to sleep. I feel like with these blurry eyes. The voices go again, I chattering away, argue with myself in life's debate. Something's dragging us down, keeps dragging me. All day I want to stare at the sea, but find myself stuck in democracy. Something's dragging us down, keeps dragging me down. Keep on breathing, too hard to sleep. Keep on breathing, too hard to sleep. I feel like to these blurry eyes.
That was Stranger Mayhem and Get Out of My Head. Now we're going to play We Give In's latest single. I had a nice little chat with them last year. It was quite interesting, actually. He was telling me about they've deliberately gone for a corporate image. If you look at their Facebook page and their logo and stuff, looks a bit corporate. However, you go and see them live and they're a messy band. Here's We Give In's latest single, Time Waster.
There's a hole in my head where everything that you said just stops and fools I do. Even basic information leaves you drowning in my doubt, but I've been alive long enough that you figured it out by now. Pour another drink, pop another
Released in November 2020, that was We Give In's latest single, Time Waster. Okay, so now it's time for this week's interview, where I'm chatting to Steve from local rockers Skam. It was recorded a few days ago when we'd just gone into Tier 4, so before the complete lockdown. It was also recorded in the morning as well, so that's why we start off by saying good morning. But first, let's have Green Eyes by Skam. Good morning, Steve. How are you this morning?
Morning, Kev. You all good?
Yes, I'm very good indeed. Did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Nice and relaxed with the family, chilled out. Just what I needed, really.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, that's true. Same here, actually. Okay, Steve, thank you very much for chatting to us today on Live, Local and Loud. It feels like I've got one of the old Leicester rock legends on the line, which is great. Now, I've known you for about 10 years. How long's the band been around? Must be about 14 years now, something, is it?
It's been a long time. I'm starting to feel a bit old in the tooth,
Oh.
But, well, yeah, me and Matt started the band many moons ago when we were just kids, but I suppose things really kicked off, when Neil joined the band.
Yeah, your brother.
Yeah, I reckon about 15 years we've been going at it strong.
Crikey.
Something like that.
Now, one thing I'm always quite interested to know is you took about 4 years to produce your first album, your eagerly awaited classic. It's come to this, but now you seem to be churning them out. One or two a year. What caused that change then?
It's as you're probably aware, it's really important in this day and age with the sort of throwaway culture of people digesting music to have content, and we generally try and do a proper new album every other year, and then we remind ourselves about like Star Wars. They churn out a big canon film every couple of years, and then in between they might have a little bit of filler, to take up the time. So that's kind of what we're doing. So we did Tamog, and then we released the acoustic album in between, and then we're focusing now on our big main release coming out this year.
Excellent.
And I suppose what brought that about was just it's really easy to sort of like fade away out of people's minds and thoughts at them, in this modern times.
I
Gone are
guess,
the days where bands could take 4 or 5 years between releases and still maintain that momentum. But it's got positives and negatives. Positives is you're always creating, and I feel really productive at the minute, and it kind of keeps you on your toes. Just recently signed a deal with X-Ray Records, which is a subsidiary of Golden Robot, and they've got, if you check them out, they've got some amazing bands on their roster. So we're feeling really in a really privileged position at the minute. So that's really exciting. We've got some big plans going down with them. Everything's on hold at the minute for obvious reasons, but we signed with them just before the first lockdown. So I'm hoping, as we go into the new year and new starts, then things will start to roll quite quickly this year.
Yeah, okay. All right then, Steve. Well, we've just played Green Eyes. Let's play One Track Mind. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, One Track Mind. This is a bit of a Marmite. Not a Marmite song. I think generally the song's gone down really well, but it's a bit of a different direction for us as a band. We decided to do something a bit darker and a bit more sinister to our normal happy-go-lucky fare. We think it's probably one of the strongest songs we've ever written. It's got all the elements that people will like about Skam, but also it's got a bit of a sinister undertone in terms of the lyrics and its content. But we've received a really mixed bag on the video. Some people have found it a little bit disturbing, seeing it, and some people have thought it was pure genius, but that's what we were going for, really.
Excellent. And it's guesting somebody but the special, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that. I can't believe I forgot to mention it. It's got our good friend Paul Mahon from The Answer is on the track. There's a big outro guitar duel, which is me and him at the end.
So that's both of you.
That was really special. The Answer boys will always have a real fondness in our minds as the first band that ever took us out on the road for our first big proper national tour. So
and then you used to boast that you've played with the band that have supported AC/DC, your claim to fame.
That's right, exactly.
Because Answer have supported AC/DC. Okay, brilliant. All right, Steve, I'll talk to you in a bit. Let's play One Track Mind. So here's One Track Mind by Skam, featuring Paul Mahon.
The house inside and it's all for you.
Kevin here on live Local and Loud with Steve from Skam, and we've just played One Track Mind featuring Paul Mahon. Absolute classic, love that one.
Yes, listen to that riff.
Yeah,
That
absolutely
riff.
gorgeous. You've been doing your live streams, haven't you, quite recently? How's that been going?
You know, it's always good to try and take positives out of this crazy situation that we're all in, and I think the live streams have been a complete revelation to us, really. So when the live streams first came about, we were thinking, you know, it was only going to be a few weeks. This lockdown business was only going to take us a small amount of time. So we planned four to do together from the band room. But then, you know, as the lockdown hit and we realised that wasn't going to be possible, we decided to do them from my house. So Q hastily was trying to figure out how the technology worked and get our heads around how we were going to transmit the sound and get everything sounding pretty cool. And they evolved into this really amazing community interaction, which I just feel completely bowled over by, really. Skam Mondays, we ended up doing 14 instead of the original 4.
Wow.
And then just like I say, the engagement from the fans and people coming online and discovering the band for the first time. You know, one of my favourites is a chap from the US called Michael, who just happened to stumble upon it one afternoon whilst he was in lockdown in the USA, and he's now a fan of the band, and he's ordered the whole back catalogue, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously you can reach further and wider than you can with doing a physical gig, so that's a good plus, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of people have got in touch with us about the live streams, and we decided really early on that we wanted to make them like free, and we were going to do them just for the love of, you know, doing some music and performing. People have been really thankful about us doing that, but they don't need to be thankful. You know, it was something that we wanted to do, and obviously we're appreciative of it, but it was a more a coming together of like the community and the fans, and I feel really close to people that have been online with us every couple of weeks, you know, throughout this whole crazy time.
Yeah, that must help motivate you as well, with it. You can see all that enthusiasm going for you, so it must help keep you going as well.
Absolutely, that's what I mean. You know, people will say, "Oh, thanks for what you've done," and I'm like, "Well, you got to appreciate it. It kept me and the boys sane, you know, through that time, and it gave us things to do every couple of weeks, and it was great." I've never had the time to practice as much as I have done over this time. So, you know, every couple of weeks for the streams, I was trying to learn new tracks and learn to play cover songs by bands that we've never covered before, or other bands that are on the scene. I was doing some covers of those, and so it was a really good chance to sit down and actually work on my chops for a while, which I've never normally get the chance to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, actually. It's good to hear some positives coming out of this lockdown experience.
Absolutely.
I noticed on the last one, because I watched the last one, which was really, really enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyed it, you tried out a new guitar. I mean, it also gives you, I don't know if you intend, but I mean, it also gives you the chance to try some things out and see what people think. Was that the thinking behind your new guitar, or did you just want to play it anyway?
Oh, mate, you can't open the can of worms and start talking about gear, because any guitarist, I'm a massive, you know, gear enthusiast, as nearly all guitarists will be, so it was a pure indulgence, and I'm trying it out, and, you know, again, one of those like weird experiments where I've always wanted to own that particular model, so I needed to give it a go.
Right.
So we thought we'd crank it out for the last live stream and see what people thought.
Excellent. And for the guitar enthusiast, what model is it?
Oh, it's a Gibson 1961 reissue SG.
Wow, sounds impressive. Steve, I want to know, I love the sound of it. I know when you did that bit on its own, it sounded a little bit trebly than usual, but I noticed in the songs I quite liked that. So do you think you're going to be keeping it or what?
Yeah, I've got to actually, I'm still yet to plug it into a real amp, I say, with, you know, 2 fingers, real.
Right.
So I really want to get into the practice space and crank up the volume and see what I really think of it, because it's really weird when we do the streams, because I don't actually hear what you guys hear.
No.
It's because there's no sound in the room, you know. And it's all digital. There's no speakers, so it all goes just through my headphones.
Right.
And in order for me to hear the backing track, to make sure that I'm singing in time, I have to have the guitar down really, really low.
Right.
So although I can hear it and I can, you know, pretty much get by playing the songs, I don't get that same feeling that I get stood in front of my big Marshall.
Right.
So that's what I'm waiting on now. I need to get in the room, crank the volume up to 11 and see if it melts my face.
That sounds awesome. That sounds brilliant. All right, Steve, let's talk a bit in a moment, but for now, let's just play one of your songs, Take It or Leave It. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about this classic?
Take It or Leave It is the song that I always choose. If people want to get into Skam that haven't heard of the band and they want to listen to an old track, this is the one that I think will win you over. It's one of the singles off our last record, The Amazing Memoirs of Jeffrey Goddard, and it's just got all the great components that people seem to like about my band. And it's got a great riff, screaming guitar solo, and hopefully a nice catchy medley that you'll be singing into the evening. So enjoy.
I'll second that, Steve. Here's Take It or Leave It by Skam.
Walk with you here and in the afterlife.
It's Kevin here on Live, Local and Loud. I'm with Steve from Skam and we've just played Take It or Leave It. Steve, being in Leicester, we've all been
Yes.
promoted to Tier 4. Yippee! Does that mean
Aren't we
you'll...
lucky?
Aren't we? Absolutely so. Does that mean you'll continue your streams in 2021? Or what plans have you
Yes.
got? Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
Great.
And we kind of made a promise to ourselves and to the fans that as long as as long as this stuff's going down, we're going to be pumping out some content on some Monday nights. So
Brilliant.
We've already had a good chat about it. We want to. We've got plans, because we can't tour, so we need to put our time and effort into planning these streams. So we're going to try and up the ante with them a little bit, make them a bit more professional, and which fills me with dread because we're not particularly good at the technology, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, I must admit, it's because I watched one of your old ones when you were just starting off. That was good, but I did notice the improved sound quality and visuals here. I like the fact you're doing it like it's designed for TV and not a phone, so you've got the proper landscape view. And I did think the sound quality sounded pretty good as well. Must have been quite difficult to get all that right. Yeah,
I mean, I know there's millions of people around the world doing streams and blogs and stuff, but it was completely alien to us. We used to do 50 gigs a year, so we've never normally found the time to do these kind of things. So we went all the way from just doing a live stream using the phone to setting up cameras, and then getting an interface so that we could mix the audio, and it's a pretty cool process. I feel like I agree with you. I think the sound quality is pretty cool now that we've got set up for those streams.
So for 2021 then, do you think now that most bands, including yourselves, have discovered the potential of live streams, when we can eventually go out to live venues, will you try and sort of mix the two, keep live streams going and play live, or got any idea how that's going to work?
I think we will always do both now. I mean, obviously not as regular, but we were discussing the other day that normally we might, around a release, we might try and do, a stream and, ask people to engage with an online gig, or, if we were like playing the EP, for example, we could play that live for people that aren't able to get to gigs. And
that's a good idea. Yeah,
it's a pretty cool avenue to go down, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can also get obviously a global audience when you're playing on the internet. So like we were saying earlier, you can get new fans in different countries, whereas you can't do that when you're playing live.
Absolutely, and we've got the gear and the know-how now, so it'd be just silly to let that sit in a box somewhere.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, Steve. Now, just briefly, you've got a couple of EPs coming up, or one that's just been released and another one that's coming up shortly. Can you tell us a little bit behind the thinking of those?
Yeah, sure. Well, our last record, The Amazing Memoirs of Jeffrey Goddard, was a full-on concept record, and the response on that was amazing. And we sat down, we planned the songs, and we wrote the story that goes behind those songs. And then coming into this phase of new release, and we've got a set of new songs that we want to get out there. We wanted to do something a bit different with those. So although we've not written a full-on concept record, this album is split into two halves. So you've got the first half, which comes out in February, and then the latter half, which comes out later towards the end of the year, around November time.
All right.
And so we wanted to take what we'd learned for Tamog and put it into a standard album. So we've got 6 tracks on each EP, split across 2 discs, both with a slight undertone, like a theme that runs through each. And then we're putting it into a nice fancy packaging.
So
for the fans to collect.
And they are actually going to be physical albums.
Yeah.
So
yes, they are. Yeah.
That must cost a lot as well each time you produce an album to physically release it on vinyl and stuff.
Yeah, this is always a bit of a challenging conversation, but we don't make much money.
No.
But we kind of did face facts that a little while ago that we don't really care. So not about making loads of money, so putting something out that I think people will really enjoy. And I would love for it to be my actual job.
That's true, yeah, because you've all got day jobs. I mean, you must be one of the hardest working bands I know or you tour over to Wales, you go everywhere, don't you? And you all come back to your day jobs the next day.
Well, you wouldn't do it if you didn't love it. That's That's the thing.
That's true. Steve, we've got to wrap up today. I'd love to chat to you forever, but as all good things must come to an end. So it's been great chatting with you today. Thanks for spending some time with us on our little show. When will the EP be released, the first half of it, did you say?
First half's out in February, mid-February, so you can order that on our website, which is www.skamuk.com.
Excellent. That's the first.
Thanks, Kev.
Thank you very much, Steve. That was me, Kevin, chatting to the face-melting lead guitarist himself, Steve Hill from Skam. So great little chat with them. Awesome band. And look forward to catching up with them on their live streams on Monday. Excellent stuff. Okay, so let's play a bit of City of Dan now. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us, as a band that is. So here's City of Dan, Turn Back the Clocks.
Memories that we made, repeating over, they're cemented in my head. We once were friends, now enemies, so full of hate. And now you're listening my soul. I'm living out my fate. I know I can try, but you're not on my mind. This is where the world will fall once and for all. I'm leaving you behind. I wish I could turn back the clocks. I wish I could turn back the clocks. I've been hiding from the truth now. It's time to stand up and admit to my mistakes. I won't forget the memories I bitter taste. And now you wonder what we're wrong. I'm living out my fate. I know I can try, but you're not on my mind. This is where the world will fall once and for all. I'm leaving you behind. I wish I could turn back the clocks. I wish I could turn back the clocks. I wish I could turn back the clocks. I wish I could turn back the clocks.
That was City of Dan and Turn Back the Clocks, which was recorded before they split up in about 2016, I think it is. However, I've just noticed one of the band members, Connor, seems to be doing his own stuff as Not Before Sundown. So I'll see if I can play some of his music in a forthcoming show. Don't forget, if you want to find out more about any of these shows or play a previous show, because we've done lots of lovely interviews, you could do worse than to look at www.musicinleicester.co.uk. Okay, let's slow things down a little bit for our last song of our first show in 2021. Here's Dan King and Wanna Go.
Go!
was a nice retake of an old classic. That was Dan King's I Wanna Go. That pretty much wraps up our first show of 2021. I hope you enjoyed it. Do look after yourself, have a great week, and I'll see you right here, Hermitage FM, 5 o'clock next Thursday.